St. Croix again. At night, the river is still with me. Crickets in tall grass, sighing of sandy places. The least blue heron and that other bird, the yellow legs, a water dancer, bug chaser who let me drift almost to touch it in my canoe. Wading in shallows, I found a Higgins mussel, big as my fist, going east to west, leaving a trail underwater as if you dragged a stone or bone across. Along this river of the cross and before that river of the grave, just before dawn, the old ones speak in the sighing pines. Call the dawn to come again, slip its yellow tongue hungry over the horizon. Thank you. Well, I'm going to answer the same questions that Linnea had. I received the email that I was going to have this published within a flurry of rejections. So it was really nice. The other thing that I wanted to say about this poem is that it's based on an experience, a day spent on the St. Croix. For some reason, I had been compelled to write it originally as a villanelle. I do not know why. I suppose sometimes you just kind of want to experiment. And so I worked on this villanelle, and I loved this villanelle, and I sent this villanelle out, and it got sent back, and I sent it out again, and it was sent back, and I sent it out again, and it was sent back. And finally, I decided, which is what I do sometimes if I think, obviously there's not been the response to a poem that I was expecting, I'll go back to the journal, back to the rough draft. And so I had to dig back through, because by this time probably a year had gone past, or maybe even more, go back to the journal. And then I thought, oh my gosh, it was not supposed to be a villanelle. And so I still had that rough first energetic writing, and I pushed the villanelle to the side, and I went back and I just kind of tweaked it a little bit. But I think that I teach creative writing at Augsburg College, and we talk to students all the time about revision, and revision is important, but sometimes it's also very, very helpful to go back to where you started on a piece and to look at it, because that's where the energy and sometimes the real richness is. So, thank you.